welcome to AETA Talks, the official podcast of the American Embryo Transfer Association. I'm your host, John Gibbons. I'm an associate professor of reproductive physiology at the Texas Tech University School of Veterinary Medicine. I serve on the board of directors for AETA. I chair the education committee, and I am a member of the promotions committee.
Hello, everyone. I'm another co-host of AETA Talks, Dr. Kelsey Savell, and AETA Promotion Committee co-chair. We've got a great show for you guys today, and we're thrilled to have two very special guests joining us, Dr. Tyler Dolman and Dr. Justin Christensen. The 2026 AETA and CETA/ACTE Convention and Program Committee co-chairs. Tyler and Justin, thanks for joining us.
Thanks, Kelsey and John, for the welcome.
To be back.
In this episode, Tyler and Justin will be giving us a preview of this year's AETA and CETA Joint Annual Convention that's taking place in Madison, Wisconsin from September 24th through the 26th.
If you enjoy AETA Talks or have any feedback for us, please let us know at aeta@assochq.org.
And make sure to like, subscribe, and rate us on whatever platform you're listening on, and spread the word to a friend or colleague. We'd like to give a special thanks to today's episode sponsor, Transova Genetics. Whether you have cattle, pigs, goats, or sheep, Transova Genetics' toolbox of services can help you maximize the potential of your top animals. Reproductive technologies such as embryo transfer, in vitro fertilization, sex semen, genetic preservation, and cloning are considered the tools to multiply the success of your herd. Transova's extensive and knowledgeable team of veterinarians, embryologists, client service representatives, and animal caretakers are ready to help you customize your genetic program. Looking for services close to home? Transova offers an integrated system of regional centers, satellite centers, and on-farm options. Visit transova.com to find a location near you. Support from Transova enables AETA to continue sharing valuable insights and conversations that advance our industry.
So why should people attend the AETA CETA conference in 2026?
Yeah, good question, John. We have a beautiful place, Monona Terrace in Madison, Wisconsin. So it sits right on the lake there in Madison. We have a well group of speakers coming in to do some education, continuing education for everybody, not only for practitioners, but graduate students, vet students, technicians, and embryologists. And this year, we've kind of pushed a little bit more hands-on kind of focus for our attendees, and that's from pre-conferences to inside the scientific convention as well.
So what's different about this year's convention? We've heard that changes are coming to the pre-conference seminars. Can you give us a sneak peek at what attendees can expect?
Yeah, Kelsey, obviously coming from an academia background and being an educator myself, my focus or our focus from the convention committee has been to offer more hands-on components to our convention. Pre-conference, we sit in the middle of agriculture of Madison, Wisconsin, so we figured this was going to be the easiest spot to do pre-conferences that are off-site. And make it more hands-on for our attendees. Obviously, being an educator, doing hands-on things, basically made education more fun and probably more rewarding and long-lasting than listening to speakers give an hour presentation. So we are offering 3 separate pre-conference wet labs. They're all off-site, so they're not going to be at Monona Terrace, so there'll be some bus riding that happens there. But we have 3 options for our attendees. The one, we've kind of been focusing on small ruminants, incorporating that into AETA and CETA as well. That we're going to offer a small ruminant lap AI wet lab at Lodi Vet Clinic. That's going to be a little bit smaller group just from we're going to be dealing with live animals and it'll be an all-day session. there at Lodi. They've been very open to their vet clinic and utilizing that, and we'll have 4 veterinarians that do this on a routine basis. They're good educators. And there will probably be roughly about 20 to 25 spots for veterinarians to be incorporated into this wet lab. So that's one. And then Minitube has opened up their doors very graciously, and they're going to offer mini wet labs. And that's going to be an AM and PM session. So they're going to rotate basically every hour on the hour of doing mini wet labs at their location. And that'll be an AM PM session as well. And then the last one will be kind of a tour of reproduction in Madison, Wisconsin. We know that there's a lot of entities that sit in Madison, Wisconsin that all of us probably utilize or know of. One being ABS Global, looking at their bull sites there, talking to those individuals, and then Transova Genetics having a lab there in Madison as well, and most likely Boba Tech lab. So getting the incorporation of not only the embryo IVF side of things, but also on the semen side of what ABS is doing as well.
That all sounds very exciting, and my guess is a bit challenging to put together, so we do appreciate your efforts.
Yeah.
It's time consuming, but I think at the end, I think the attendees are going to love the options that they do have in front of them. And it might be a little bit difficult for some of them to choose which one they want to be a part of, but there will be definitely plenty of spots. Obviously, the small ruminant lap AI wet lab is going to be pretty minimal from a numbers of attendees that can be a part of it, but the mini tube and the global reproduction tour of Madison, Wisconsin is going to have definitely a lot of spots open as well.
Yeah, that's such an exciting lineup. When in Rome, right?
You bet.
Is there anything new we can expect about registration?
Yeah, so this year we're doing something a little bit different where we're going to have social functions. We're going to do an early bird registration. We haven't figured out a specific time for that, but be looking out for emails and on social media of when that will come out. But there will be an early bird registration, which will be at a discount rate, and then there will be a standard cutoff time for that for registration, and then obviously the late fee registration as well. And no worries on if you pre-register for the conference, the scientific component of the conference, that you can always add in the pre-conference social, the awards banquet, and obviously the pre-conference seminars as well, if you're trying to make up your mind of the good options that are out there. So this is going to be fairly new, and FASA has been working with us on this because they do it for other clients as well. But it's more of a benefit for those people that know that they're going to come and are signing up early.
Good deal. So get registered. Basically, is
You bet.
it's the moral of the story. Save some money now, register now. So tell us more about the certification and recertification sessions for each association.
Yeah, for AETA, this will be a brand new 5-year cycle for recertification individuals. So that will be on Thursday morning. Previous 5 years, we've kind of really focused more heavily on labeling and that side of things. Talked to Clay Briner, who's the chair of the certification committee, and still kind of working through, but it might be a little bit of a mock-up what we are currently doing for our certification exam. So kind of get the feel of what the current certification members are having to go through to actually get certified. And might be a good time for some of our certified members to add some questions to our exam as well, but kind of giving a good taste in all the aspects of what we kind of cover over the 7-8 different components of the certification exam.
Yeah, and on our side for CETA, for the Canadian Association, we run it a little bit differently, but all of our new applicants for certification will be writing their exam on Wednesday before the conference really gets going. So all of our all of our first-time certified applicants will write that exam Wednesday morning. Our committee will review that with them, their results over Thursday morning, and we don't do a specific recertification session in the same way that AETA does, but during the AETA certification session, we will have a CETA members session with added continuing education components there. We're working on finalizing some speakers and presenters for that about hour and a half slot on Friday during that certification session.
And as for the program itself, what's the balance we can expect between scientific sessions and practical sessions?
Yeah, from our membership, we always offer the post-conference survey, kind of understanding what our attendees want, whether they're AETA members or CETA members, and it's kind of on both aspects, something practical, but something fairly unique and maybe a little bit more scientific. So it's when we reached out to some of these speakers and some of their topics. I would say it's really a 50-50 split, something that hopefully you can kind of take home. And then something that's maybe a little bit more in depth, but still really, really interesting to what we do on a daily basis in embryo transfer as well. So just for a rough sneak peek of some of the speakers is we got national and international recognized individuals. We got people that have been in the business for a while, and then some up and new incomers that are going to speak for us. Kind of running down our list, George Perry from Texas A&M is going to talk about management factors in embryo production. We got Dr. Lawbar from Wisconsin looking at the effects of different types of semen. Dr. Sartori from Brazil is going to be talking about embryo loss and some nutrition components to embryo. And then we're also going to have some talks about cryopreservation and bull effects, and also some gene editing. And since we've kind of really been pushing a little bit more from the small ruminant aspect from AETA and CETA, is one of our board members and gracious that he accepted our invitation. Tad Thompson is going to talk about IVF and small ruminants. And in normal fashion, we're going to have a roundtable, but that's going to be small ruminant focus. So we'll have 4 individuals that do quite a bit of small ruminant aspect of not only embryo transfer, but maybe some lap AI as well, and talking about their business aspects, the goods, the bads, the indifference, and small ruminant reproduction as well. So kind of a very good, well-rounded group and different topics that I think anybody that's going to attend it, whether you're a first-time attendee or you've come to AETA CETA convention for the last 20 years, I think you're going to learn something, and I think you're going to come away with being happy that you attended.
I'd echo what Dr. Dolman had described on the program. He's done a phenomenal job. The committee's done a phenomenal job putting together a great scientific program that, like he said, is going to be an excellent balance between practical, hands-on, day-to-day stuff and some good in-depth scientific research.
Yeah, you guys have done a great job. You can tell you put a lot of thought into it. I'm excited for it. So, what scholarship opportunities are available for students who want to attend the convention?
On our Canadian side for CETA, our student scholarship deadline is actually today, the day we're recording the podcast. We would probably consider some late applications if a student wants to reach out to the office and has a desire to go. I know some of our later year veterinary students end up some rotation changes and things like that through the summer here. So always an opportunity likely. If you're interested, definitely feel free to reach out. But we've had strong interest for our CETA scholarship program again this year.
On the AETA side of things, the student scholarships are still open and are due August 3rd. We've gotten a decent amount of applicants every year, and that's kind of our hope for this year as well, and trying to get as many as we possibly can to Madison for our convention.
As you mentioned, Dr. Dolman, this is going to be in the heartland of the U.S. and maybe the heartland of embryo transfer. So what can a first-time attendee expect? And what kind of tips do you have?
Yeah, I mean, I think all ATA and CETA members that have gone to the convention before can remember the first time that they probably ever stepped foot at that location, wherever it may have been. But just getting the overwhelming welcome of the current membership, you'll never pass across any member of ATA or CETA that are at the convention, and they won't want to stop and talk to you about anything. It's a very welcoming community, and the collegiality and the friendships and the connections that you make at AETA and CETA conventions are lifelong, and will most likely be very rewarding long term, because you can bounce some certain ideas, or there might be some job opportunities, there might be working agreements that you can do with some of those individuals as well, and the good education that you're going to get. That was our intent, is bringing in multiple different speakers that talk about different topics, gauging from research to practicality, that I think you're going to be able to take something home with you as well. And our focus for this convention has been really hands-on with being the location in Madison and having the resources that we do there. Everybody's kind of opened up their doors to provide something for this convention. So I think this convention is going to be definitely special, just with that aspect, because we haven't done any really wet labs for a while. So I think this is going to be very well received, and it's going to tell us from the boards of AETA and CETA, and also the convention committees going further, if this should always be a part of it, and continuing.
Good deal. I'm so much looking forward to it. What is one event during the conference that you guys are personally most excited about?
I'll start, and I think it's really the pre-conferences. Uh, Kind of reiterating what we've kind of said before, where we're in the heart of um, embryo transfer, and all those companies that are opening up their doors, and providing us the opportunity to expand upon what we do normally for a pre-conference, for our convention. I think it's going to be very well received by our attendees, or at least I hope. And obviously, being an educator that tried to put as much hands-on education as possible for students, that I think even practitioners will really hang on to this, and want, hopefully, to attend, and then continue this going into the future.
Yeah, I'm glad Tyler got to go first on that one, because he's put a lot of work into these pre-conferences, and that was going to be my answer too, but he gave it to you better than I would have. So the pre-conferences are going to be phenomenal. Something else that I always look forward to is the awards reception evening. Friday evening is going to be an excellent outpouring of recognition and support for a lot of dedicated members, a lot of new members, a lot of lifelong members of both associations. That it's really a tremendous evening to recognize contributions of the membership to both associations, and have a good evening socializing with colleagues from across North America and the world.
Yeah, that's an important one. For me, it's just all the networking and visiting with friends that I haven't seen in a while, making new friends. Like you said, it's such an awesome group of people, and that I look forward to seeing every year.
And I look forward to seeing new faces. And we've done quite a bit of job to try to advertise as wide as we can. So we'll see how that turns out.
Well, thank you again so much, Doctors Tyler and Justin, for taking the time to chat with us today.
Thanks for having me.
It's always an honor.
That brings us to the end of another episode of AETA Talks. If you enjoy our show, be sure to like, subscribe, and rate us, and spread the word to your friends and colleagues. We welcome all feedback at aeta@asssochq.org. For show notes, previous episodes, and more about AETA, check us out at aeta.org.
And thanks again to Transova Genetics for supporting AETA by sponsoring today's episode and helping advance the future of embryo transfer.